Hello, first graders. It's Mrs. Krell here. I'm going to read a story to you. The book today I'm going to read to you is called Mrs. McNosh Hangs Up Her Wash, and it's written by Sarah Weeks, and the pictures are by Nadine Bernard Westcott. Before I get started, let's look at the cover of the book. I see here we have our character. This is Mrs. McNosh. And looking at what she's doing, she's hanging up her clothes, see clothes, and on a clothesline with some clothespins. And they use those to hang them up to dry after they get washed. So you see here, we see a lot of different items that are getting hung up. What are some other things that you can think of that people hang up on a clothesline to dry? Think about it. So I know sometimes I've seen, like my grandma used to do it. She used to hang up her bed sheets to dry as well. Sometimes rather than sticking them in the dryer, she would do that. Looks like towels could be another option, or clothes. Any kind of clothing can get hung up. So here, Mrs. McNosh, we're gonna get ready to hear some pretty funny things happening in this book, and some surprises, as Mrs. McNosh does a bit more than just hanging up her clothes to dry. So here we go. Mrs. McNosh hangs up her wash. Each Monday at dawn, Mrs. Nellie McNosh brings out a barrel and does a big wash. So looking at the picture, what do you notice? Well, I see her washing in a tub, a big tub. She's washing her clothes, cleaning them, scrubbing them up, and then see the bubbles that come up. You can tell that she's using soap to clean because of the bubbles coming up, right? And then here's her clothesline and her clothespins. Does she have anything up yet? No, not yet. She's getting started. It takes her all morning, and when the sun's high, she hangs what she's washed on the clothesline to dry. Okay, here we go. Let's see what she hangs up. She hangs up the dresses. She hangs up the shirts. She hangs up the underwear, nightgowns, and skirts. Okay. She hangs up the stockings. She hangs up the shoes. She wrings out the paper and hangs up the news. Uh-oh. Wait a minute. What's so funny about the things she's hanging up here? Have you ever seen somebody hang up their shoes like this? Or a newspaper? No, that's silly, huh? Mrs. McNosh is washing everything. Oh, she hangs up the dog. Oh no. And his dish and his bone. She gets a wrong number and hangs up the phone. Oh, that's silly. She hangs up a hat and an old wedding gown and 2 sleepy bats, which she hangs upside down. She hangs up a lamp and a large Christmas wreath and Grandpa McNosh's removable teeth. Okay, so we have some rhyming words in here, don't we? In this book has a lot of rhyming words. So listen again. Which 2 words did you hear that were the rhyming words? She hangs up a lamp and a large Christmas wreath and Grandpa McNosh's removable teeth. So I hear the 2 rhyming words in here. Did you guess this right? Wreath and teeth are the 2 rhyming words. They end with the same sound. They end with the sound eeth. Okay. She hangs up a kite by the tip of its tail. The postman arrives and she hangs up the mail. Oh my goodness. And look at the postman running away. She hangs till she's hung every last thing in sight, including the turkey She's roasting that night. Oh no. So thinking about it, every last thing in sight. What do you think that means, every last thing in sight? Think about it. What do you think that means? She hangs up everything, every last thing in sight. Yeah, so she means that she's hanging up everything that she sees with her eyes. She's just grabbing whatever she can and just hanging them all up on the clothesline. Silly. Each Monday by dusk, Mrs. Nellie McNosh has finally hung up the last of her wash. She takes off her apron and lets down her hair, then hangs herself up. Uh-oh. In a comfortable chair. Oh my goodness, look at that. Silly. So thinking of the story, Mrs. McNosh, what do you think about the ending of the story? Do you think that's a pretty good ending there? I think so. She's in a pretty comfortable chair, just relaxing. She's worked really hard all day, hanging up all of her clothes, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. So I am going to have you guys do an activity on this on Class Dojo. I will post it to your portfolios, and then your parents will just have to have you go into the student portfolio section, click on the activity, read the directions, and then you will post a picture of your activity that you do and send it to me through portfolios, and then I will accept it when I see it, and then we can all get to see each other's activity work that we did. Okay, so I will see you guys later. Bye.